Hey everyone, Chris here. So check out this new thing I came up with. There's been a lot of times where people want or they like the beads but don't have a lanyard, and I don't usually make lanyards for people, and I just don't have time to go into the details of that. So I wanted to come up with a way to use our beads without having to make a lanyard for it out of 550 paracord or leather and stuff like that. So basically this is a really simple design, and this is one of a couple designs we're coming out with. This is just the simple first one. These are just an aluminum pin with a 1/4 inch, inch and 3/8 long, with 1/8 inch holes drilled through the ends, and there's about an inch distance between the holes. So that gives you enough room to put any bead up to an inch in between those holes. And then all you have to do is add the jump rings to the ends, and that's how it comes out. Now, any beads that are shipped in 2020 and after this will spin nice and smooth. Now, the possibility that if you have an older bead and you're trying to add the bead pin to it, in some cases you will come across where the hole is too tight, so you may have to run a 1/4 inch what do they call it, a 1/4 inch rat tail file through it if you want it to be smooth. If you want to force it in there and push it in and not have it spin, you can do that. I wouldn't recommend using crazy glue or CA glue if you wanted to glue that in there not to spin, because of the fact that the CA glue, the fumes will stick to your fingerprints on the acrylic, and it will ruin the acrylic. I got to figure out a way to how to glue this stuff in, because the next thing is if you want it with only the ring on one side, that is doable if it's tight. But I just have to figure out the best way to glue this without damaging the finish. So I wouldn't recommend that right away. But if it is tight, like this one here happens to be very tight, I was able to friction fit this in here. I don't think it will come out. I don't think this will need glue. So if you have an older model, older bead from before 2020, this pin will probably stick in and stay there, and it won't spin. But make sure you don't put a bead on there if it's bigger than an inch, because you won't be able to get it off. This one here would not stick through the other side. Some of the other things we're going to be doing with this is probably going to be not always in aluminum. It'll be in stainless steel. It will be in brass and copper. And I'm supposed to pick those up tomorrow. I made these by hand on my metal lathe in my shop. Took a lot longer to make than they would if it was done in the CNC shop, which is a computerized machine that cuts the metal. So these are up on the site right now, and the aluminum ones. And as you can see, the reason why, if they're friction fit or if they're glued in, they look nice because of the fact that if you wanted to have, this would be a nice pull chain on a lamp or a ceiling fan. You can put it on your attic stairs, anywhere where you want to pull, or even a zipper pull like that without the ring on the bottom. I personally like the way this is with the ring, because even if I have this on the keychain, I have a lot of different keys that I use. And on all my keychains, there's always some type of a hook that I use. I use these little hooks so I can daisy chain everything together. So I like having that. And if I add this to my flashlight lanyard, I like the fact that I can take my flashlight and my keys and then put this on the tail end of it. So I like the convenience of having that like that, and it still looks nice when it hangs as well. So whether you like it like this or like this will be available as well. Now, another thing is, if you would want to purchase this as is, you put it on yourself. But if you wanted me to custom, if you see a bead on my site, like say if you see this bead and you want this pin with a ring on one side, so just on the right hand side of the page of the bead, send me a message and I'll do a custom order and add that to the bead for just the price of the material for whatever, whether it's the aluminum, the brass, stainless steel, or copper to the bead. That's something I will offer in the future as well. So the only thing is right now the size, it is only 1 inch, so it does not fit. It does not. Oh God, is this thing gonna come out? No, I can't get that out now. Hold on. This will not fit on the bullets. Okay. Well, it will fit the bullet if it's tight, but it's not long enough to go all the way through the bullet. Like here, this one's reamed. There's not enough to grab the ring on both sides. So if you wanted a ring on both sides of the bullet, it won't work. If you wanted to glue this in or friction fit, this will work this way. If you wanted the bullet to hang, or if you wanted the bullet to hang this way, depending, like if you were going to put this on like a zipper, maybe you would want it this way. That's up to you entirely. Or if you wanted it to be the other way. But this would be gluable. I got to come up with a glue before I'd recommend gluing these in. But if they're friction fit, they'll work like that. But we'll have longer sizes in the future as well, because we do have larger beads, as you can see. You know, some of these beads are longer than the pins altogether. So I think that's about it. I'm still working on a way to get these done easier, because these things have too many pieces and take a real long time to make. I've made about 10, and these are the 1, 2, 3 left. This one here was I was trying something crazy where I was going to put brass rivets, and if you can see one of these holes I did off center. Yeah, so by the time I put the brass rivet in there, this would have looked horrible. So I'm still working on perfecting this style bead. It's still going to be very expensive, but there's no way I could make them fast enough as it is right now. So go over to Fiddlebone and check out what we've got going on. I'm starting to add little bits of hardware just to make things a little bit easier, so one-stop shopping, and a lot of cool stuff I'm going to be doing for 2020. So Happy New Year, everybody. Go over to Fiddlebone and check everything out. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.